the IEBC's plans with just 2 months to the polls. You're now joined by Andrew Chieng. Andrew, what stood out for you from the presentations that have just been made?
Well, thank you, Trevor. As you can see right behind me, the event is still going on. The official launch of the report has not yet happened, and we're expecting that to happen in a couple of minutes from now. But basically, what has been going on, and from the civil society and from the guests they've invited here, is that they're just dissecting the level of preparedness of the IEBC for the 2017 election, for the August elections. They're questioning some of the moves that the Commission has made so far, and some of the things that have not yet happened, which are critical for the elections. What has stood out for me, of course, basically has been the topic of the day that has been going on at the moment, and that is where the tallying of results, the presidential results, should happen, and whether it should be at the constituency or at the national level. One of the people speaking here was the lawyer who has been in court challenging that, and he has been saying that the High Court really pronounced itself very well and said that the returning officers in the constituencies should declare the final results of a presidential election, and the IEBC really should not be the one appealing this case, because in case the ruling goes against the Court of Appeal, the Commission will be the one to implement that ruling, and it may end up implementing that ruling half-heartedly. So that is one of the key issues that has stood out for me. Another one has been the issue of technology. The civil society here saying that the Commission has not yet developed a technology policy that it will be using in the election. So many things have not been addressed in terms of technology, especially how the ballot papers will look like and how people will be voting on that particular day. There's also the issue of the voters register and which register is being audited at the moment, and saying that what KPMG, the auditors of the voters register, should be doing is that they should be allowing individuals to go so that they can audit, the details can be audited, whether they are alive or dead, whether their biometrics are in the register as should be. They're saying that there has not been a key identifier of what should be in the detail, because there have been cases where ID numbers have been replicated severally, and so these are the issues that they're saying should be sorted out and should be handled before the August elections. But on several occasions, IEBC has defended itself on these issues. Remember, when they were launching the verification of voters, they said that it does not really matter whether the verification and the auditing are going on at the same time, because it is one register which is being audited, and the KPMG has no mandate to make any changes to the register, and whatever KPMG finds in the register and audits, it will be up to the IEBC to implement all these changes. So that's what the IEBC has been saying. And on the issue of the tallying of results and whether it should happen at the constituency or at the national level, is saying that it is also just looking for an interpretation of the law, just as any Kenyan should be doing, and should be going to the courts to appeal, and should be looking how a law should be implemented on the ground. So the event is still going on, Trevor, and we will be here at the Nairobi Safari Club to update everybody on what is going on, and the feeling generally of the civil society on how the country is prepared for the election. Remember, they're saying that they're not really looking for a perfect election. They're saying that it would not be fair for the civil society to look for a perfect election, but they're saying that since 2007, in 2013, and which were there as well in the primaries, should not be repeated in the elections come August. Trevor?
Andrew, quick one from me is that it's almost safe to say that the NGOs don't believe IEBC is very ready for that elections. But what do they intend to achieve from this? Because they've raised several issues that they think the IEBC is not ready to handle. But what do they expect to achieve after they launch the report?
Well, what they're saying is that there is time to implement some of these issues. They're saying that there is time for dialogue so that some of these issues can be addressed. Well, they may be painting a very bleak picture of the IEBC, but remember, IEBC has also said that it is right within its timelines. It has developed the proper technology, and it will procure them on time. Remember, right now, the verification of voters is being done using the current technology, that is the integrated identification of voters, the kits that are being used at the moment. So these are things that IEBC has, even though it has only 10,000 of them, at least it is there now. Remember, in 2013, the verification was not done with the technology. Right now, they are there, 10,000 of them, and 40,000 more are still expected. Now, on the part of the NGOs, it's probably they wanted all the 50,000 kits to be there, but remember, there have been issues of procurement, there have been issues of availability, and some of these things are what have been challenging. But according to them, they are expecting dialogue with the IEBC. They are saying that IEBC should be a referee and should be open to dialogue with all the other players in the electoral process. Trevor.
All right, thanks, Andrew. We'll be getting back to Andrew Ching in just a bit when the report has been launched by Africa, KPTJ, Kurayako, and Sauti Yako as well. But there's something they've just spoken about. So who has the final say on presidential election results according to the law? The opposition is threatening mass action in the boycott of the elections if presidential results are not announced and declared at the constituency level. Yesterday, NASA principals alleged that the tallying of presidential results at the National Tallying Center was a scheme